Yo, what's good everyone? Today I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite DraftKings plays for tonight's 13-game NHL slate. Let's dive right into it. And like I always do here in these videos, I'm going to give you a high-level overview of my cheat sheet, breaking down some of my favorite DraftKings plays for this 13-game slate, but cannot recommend enough joining my free Discord channel. You can see that mentioned above. We now have over 800 people in there talking multiple different sports for DFS and their favorite sports bets. So if you want to join that, there's a link to do so in the description below, as well as in the pinned comment below. With that being said, let's take a look at the cheat sheet here. We're going to kick it off with a couple of line stacks that I like for tonight. And again, 13 games on this NHL slate. There's a lot more than just 2 line stacks that I like. I'll be discussing that in my Discord later on here today, but 2 that stuck out to me right away. Our first being that first line for the Utah Hockey Club, where we got Hayton centering Keller and Schmaltz. These guys have got off to a good start this year, relatively affordable, and I like the matchup at home here tonight against the Ottawa Senators, a team that struggles defensively. They're really bad on the penalty kill, and they're a team that's not afraid to take minor penalties, and I love the correlation that we get here with all 3 of these guys playing up on the Utah #1 power play. And then another line stack that stuck out to me here was that first line for the Calgary Flames. We got Kadri centering Kuzmenko and Coronado. If you wanted to, you could do a 3-man stack with Kadri, Kuzmenko, and Mackenzie Weegar here, really targeting their #1 power play. This matchup at home here tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins is another good one. This Penguins team really struggles defensively, and their goaltending has been shaky at best. Now, folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. It's completely free to do, and I'm going to have hockey content coming out for you guys all year long. Alright, now diving into some of these individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards, and the first guy that I got there is Artemi Panarin. Now, being that it's a 13-game slate, 26 different teams to choose from tonight, it is littered with elite talent at the forward position, but I don't know if anybody's playing better hockey right now than Artemi Panarin. 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points through 5 games, and a good matchup here tonight against the Montreal Canadiens. I love Philip Forsberg as well, natural shooter. Matchup at home here tonight against the Boston Bruins, who have really struggled 5-on-5 against teams this year. Forsberg's played well, but he's one of those guys who can go for 30, even 40 plus DraftKings points, and at this price here, I think people are just going to avoid him, considering how bad the Nashville Predators have been to start the season. So in tournaments, I think he's a sneaky play. One guy, though, that I really like here on both the cash and tournament side of things is Ross Colton, playing up on that first line in #1 power play right now for the Colorado Avalanche, getting time with Nathan MacKinnon and Mikko Rantanen. He's made the most of that. He's now got 6 goals, 1 assist, 7 points in 6 games, really playing well, especially at that price tag. Same thing here with Andrei Svechnikov. I think he's just a bit too cheap considering the upside that he offers. Another guy that plays up on that first line in #1 power play, in a solid spot here tonight against the Edmonton Oilers, who have really struggled on the penalty kill this year. And then Igor Shinnikov kind of caught me by surprise. He's got 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points in his first 5 games, shown some really nice upside here as well. He's hit double-digit DraftKings points in 4 of those 5 games, with an upside of close to 30 DraftKings points. Now, moving on to the defensemen, and for those of you who have been watching my videos over the years, there's a few things that I'm really targeting when it comes to defensemen. Are you playing big minutes? Do you get on the power play? And do you get on the penalty kill? If you do all 3 of those things, you're likely going to be on my radar. That's exactly what we're getting here out of Mackenzie Weegar of the Calgary Flames. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a great matchup against the Penguins, but he's someone who can rack up DraftKings points in a number of ways, shooting the puck, blocking shots, and getting on the score sheet. Like Brandon Montour here at $5,400, he's been ripping the puck with the Seattle Kraken, especially on their #1 power play, in a solid spot here tonight against the Colorado Avalanche, who have really struggled on the penalty kill this year as well. Shane Gostisbehere, you could stack him up on that #1 power play for the Carolina Hurricanes. Talked about how bad that Oilers penalty kill has been to start the season. And then Vladislav Gavrikov here, the Los Angeles Kings, being that Drew Doughty is out on the IR right now, this guy's playing 22, 23, 24 minutes a night. Unfortunately, no time on the power play, but logs big minutes on the penalty kill and isn't afraid to block shots. And then I got a few different goaltenders that I like on this slate tonight, and honestly, again, 26 different ones to choose from. There's a handful that we can go with, but Lucas Dostal of the Anaheim Ducks stuck out to me, not only because of the matchup here against the San Jose Sharks, but he has truly been good in his first 4 starts. He's 2-1-1 with a goals allowed average of 2.48 and a save percentage of .931. Those are really good numbers, even if we do have to spend up for them. I wouldn't be afraid to spend up for Ilya Sorokin here tonight as well at $8,100. In his first 2 starts, he's 1-0-1 with a goals allowed average of 1.48 and a save percentage of .953, showing some really nice upside in his first 2 games. And then Connor Hellebuck here, too cheap at $7,600 for a goaltender that's undefeated to start the season. And as always, going to wrap up this video here with 3 low-priced options or sub-4K forward plays. And honestly, everyone, I think the 4K range for forwards is offering a lot more value than the 3K range, but I'm never going to get away from this part of the video. So 3 guys that I got here, first being Nick Foligno, has played actually really well up on that first line with Teuvo Teravainen and Connor Bedard, and he's also getting time on the #1 power play, so I like the value price there. Same thing here with Connor Garland, currently playing on that second line right now with Elias Pettersson, but getting time on the #1 power play, so I like the value there. And then Drew O'Connor here got bumped up to the first line with Sidney Crosby and Brian Rust in the last game. He played really well there towards the end of last season, and while he's not getting any power play time right now, he does play on the penalty kill, so I'd like him to get on the power play, but ultimately at $3,400, he's a guy who could hit double-digit DraftKings points tonight. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks, and let's win some money on this 13-game NHL slate.